And hello! Welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV collaboration event. This time we're doing the return event, Yokai Watch. In here, you need to collect minions from a guy that you'll run into during the little quest. And when you have those minions, you'll have to do fates. We'll get into what fates are in just a few minutes after we do the quest, when we get to that part. But once you do the fates with the minions out, you will be able to get tokens to turn in for weapons of that character, for that minion. If you're familiar with it, like the Jinbanyan, which is the red cat you see everywhere for the original Yokai Watch stuff, you will get an item. I believe his is an axe that will go for a certain class. Now, if I remember correctly, these weapons are level 30, and once you get them, you can use them as cosmetics. Some classes will have to because of where they start when you unlock them. And others, when you get level 30, you will actually be able to use them as your level 30 weapon if you want to. But they are cool glamour for most, if not all of them, depending on your taste. And for this, you need to be at level 15 and have done the Envoy events for the quest in order to get access to the other cities after your starting city. If you've done this, then you can come over to Ul'dah. You'll see I'm just outside the Ul'dah Aetheryte, and there will be a gentleman over here, comes straight out from the Aetheryte, and you'll see this poor healed youth, and that's who you need to be looking for. You go over and talk to him, and you start his little quest. You see, we have the Yokai Watch emblem for this time to show it's a Yokai quest. And we see a guy standing here with a Jibanyan next to him, luckily enough. This is a level 15 quest. It gives 1,440 experience and 1,171 gil. You will get the Yokai Watch item, which you will need. We'll explain that here in a minute. You'll get a Yokai medal, which is what you'll be going for to try to get the minions. You'll collect those, and then you'll bring them to this guy. I've done this event before. This is the third time this has been around now. You bring the medals to that guy right there, and he will trade them for the minions. The Yokai medallion you'll even get, which is a collection item. Once you have it, it goes in your collection. And you will always have it unless you somehow delete it, which I'm not sure after it goes in there if you can even delete it anymore. You used to be able to. When you get that, that will show you what you have, keep up with what minions you have and all that. There are not just minions and weapons you can get from this, there are also 3 mounts you can get from this. And this year, in this version of the event, there's supposed to be a framer's kit. Because the last time this was in, we did not have framers kits. There were no such thing. So this time we do have that. So I'm told you can go get that at some point from the gold saucer where you'll end up doing these quests. And it will be, I believe, 20,000 MGP, but we will double check that once we get over there. Because I don't know if it will do it while you have the quest or if you have to get like something finished to have at least a couple of minions or something like that. But you will have achievements for getting stuff. And when you get so many of items, like so many minions, so many weapons, then you will be able to go to those achievements and click them, and you'll be able to get the different mounts. There is the Whisper Go, the Whisper a Go-Go, and the Jibanyan Couch. So they're quite cool. I may come in with another character to show off the higher area because you do have to go through different areas depending on what you're going after for weapons, minions, whatever. So we'll get into that here in a second as we go. So let's get started. This is a complete game changer. As we said, we have those rewards. It says the poor healed youth is visibly vexed. This quest is available for a limited time only. Now this time, the limitation is the start of maintenance for Dawn Trail launch, which Dawn Trail comes out early access the 28th of June. So I'm presuming that means we are having a 2-day maintenance, 48-hour maintenance instead of 24 this time. So that would mean the 26th that morning or the 25th that night. I'm not sure when they'll shut down right now for maintenance. So whenever that maintenance starts, you got to have this done. You got to have it turned in. If you have any medals from before, if you've been here before, maybe just didn't get finished, you should be able to still use those. So if you've got something left over, get in and get this finished. And make sure you get it done before dawn trail. Because this is why they're bringing it in, is to have some stuff in case you've got your story done, you're up to date, you're just looking for something fun to do. This is one of your things you can do. Plus, it is a bit grindy. Well, you'll see in a minute. Let's get going. Let's accept the quest. What's he got to say? It says, "Arg, how could I have lost? My strategy was foolproof. Listen, friend, if you have an inclination towards that Lord of Verminion game at the Gold Saucer, I'd say you'd best think twice. I spent a fortune on my critters and had scores of victories to boost. And then some newcomer waltzed up and challenged me. I knew there was something strange about him, an aura with hair of vibrant hue, glint in his eye, called himself the Wandering Executive, or some such. Okay. Still, I'm not one to turn down a match, novice or veteran. Hells, I even gave him a head start. But the minions he used, they weren't like any I've ever seen before. They were demons, I tell you. I accused him of cheating, but he said he had petitioned the Gold Saucer to use them in battle. And the little buggers were approved. Needless to say, my beloved team was torn to shreds every time. Seems like anything qualifies these days. I've completely lost my appetite for the game. But if you're curious about these so-called demons and minions, you should head over to the Gold Saucer and take a look for yourself. He was still loitering around there when I left. He got mad because he got beat. If you haven't seen it, or maybe you know a little bit about it, the game he's talking about for Lord of Verminion is a minion battling game. You can either play it by yourself against the computer, basically, or you can play against other people. With it, you go in, if you play by yourself, you go in, you have your team set up of minions, and you go in, you complete events, little mini games, where you have to fight against the other team to complete the steps. There are crystals to capture, and whoever captures the most crystals, they win that round. So, they do have little things you do for, knock out this many stuff, or whatever, and you could get a tier thing for that. But so these minions apparently have caused chaos. Let's go see what's going on. Yokai Watch, quest accepted. I love that they do different looks for the different events as well. A complete game trailer. Speak with the Wandering Executive at the Gold Saucer. Well, since we're here in Old Dial, let's go ahead and jump to the Gold Saucer. There's a couple of ways you can get there, but I already have it bookmarked for my history because I've been there quite recently. So we will teleport over there. And trying to get a picture set up here so I can go over it, because I will show off a picture here in a few minutes when we get set up that goes over some stuff. Oh, now we run over here. Ah, there he is. Wandering Executive. He's over here when you come in. Like you're going to go to the prize claim, mini cat pot and all that. Just look to the left and you'll see him. Or just look for people. Can I help you? Oh, I suppose word has gotten around about my little fellow. I would be delighted to tell you about him. Truly, but I am afraid I'm preoccupied at the moment. I'm waiting for someone who is unreasonably late. Wait, now that I think about it, You're an adventurer, aren't you? Alternatively, I may have a proposition for you. If you help me out, I will tell you more of my feline friend here. Do you accept? Apparently he's got Giovanni on there with him somewhere, but because of all the people, we can't see him right now. I apologize for that. We'll see him in a minute. Do we accept his proposition? I'm an adventurer. I'm curious. Let's do it. And the deal is struck. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a tradesman come from far beyond the borders of Eorzea. Though I am a slave to wanderlust, I occasionally return to my homeland, where I manage a sizable company that deals in eccentric commodities. Thus the locals called me the Wandering Executive, and I wear the title with pride. Oh, you do, huh? He says, I am often accompanied by an erudite traveling companion, but he appears to have gotten quite lost on this journey. We were strolling in the twilight of the Black Shroud when he grew excited and scampered off to do some sightseeing of his own. He was aware I had some affairs to take care of here, so I thought to let him enjoy himself while I finished with my tasks and stayed in one spot. But he hasn't shown up for hours. Perhaps you can ask around Bent Branch for me and find out what's keeping him. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. My friend is not of my tribe. He's a rotund little soul, white as snow, and floats around the air like a little cloud. Except if clouds could speak, I would hope they would be as long-winded as he is. Apparently he likes talking a lot. I kind of feel that way some days. But that's okay. You're watching the video you're enjoying, so hopefully I'm not boring you too much. Ah, there he is. Let's show off Giovanni real quick. The little red cat right there. You see dancing right there. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There he is. He is kind of cute, I admit. So, let's head to Bent Branch Meadows. Map. Okay. Now we're going to zoom in the map because of all the markers. So we want to teleport. Oh, and how rude of me. Let me introduce you to my friend here we're doing this with. I know I usually do things with Miss Artemis, but this time we're going to have to do this with Mr. Feral Ashwalker. He is a male Hrothgar, and he is a monk, which means a melee fighter. So, because I forget I had not used him very much in videos before, if ever, so that was very rude of me. Excuse me. And here's one of our people to talk to, Guillemoko. That sounds like a Moogle, sure enough. Quiet as a mouse when they're hiding, but once they reveal themselves, they can never stop chattering. The one I saw a few nights ago was hundreds of yalms away, and I could still hear his voice. I was peering off into the distance between the boughs of the trees when I sighted a well-dressed Alraw traveler with fiery violet hair and a Moogle flying beside him. It was a strange sight, if I do say so myself. Well, thank you. Well, we still have two more because that's only number 1 of 3. I thought I saw one up here a second ago. Let's see here. If this is indeed one of them, or if I'm jumping to another quest. Ah, haven't seen anything like that. Oh, this is Aetherith, by the way. She works over here at Bent Branch Meadows, helping with the chocobos. But it seems too coincidental that there was talk in Gridania recently about an unnatural being that was disturbing the elementals. The Podjals were saying they've never seen a spirit like it, and feared it would taint the 12's wood. Seed Sir Oapapesi himself sealed it away near the guardian tree. Oh no! This is Dude's friend. He's in trouble. There's another one over here. We got Keith over here. Hopefully it's our third one. Round, white, and floats through the air. Are you sure it's a person? Because I'd say you were searching for one of them Muggles. In any case, you'd be out of luck since they only appear when they want to be seen. Which is true. The little Muggles only appear to people if they want to see them. When they want to be seen. So let's see here. We do have the tip about the guardian tree. And our quest does say investigate the area near the guardian tree. So that works. In case you don't know, the guardian tree is right over here. It is Evershade. So we are going to hop on now. And because this character is level 50 and up, we can just fly over there. Because we've done enough to get flying in the original world. So we're just going to fly over here real quick. And here's Evershade right here. So we're going to land. Oh, Mother of Fate. Ah, okay. So we have our marker right there. Ancient stone vessel. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the guardian tree as the antiquated stone vessel sits unmoving underneath. Nevertheless, you cannot help but feel a shiver up your spine. Open the stone vessel? Yeah, we want to. La la, twist, turn, knock. Like, yo, anybody home? Apparently that took a lot out of him. That's a big vessel, so maybe it was hard to move. It does look nice, though. I'll be worried what was in it. There might actually be something deadly in there. There's an orb. That looks like other stuff in the game, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet. Ah! What in the world? Oh my goodness. Okay, this guy's named Whisper. So, yeah. Apparently he doesn't whisper, though. Ah, you have freed me. Much appreciated indeed. But where are my manners? Whisper at your service. I am a yokai, a supernatural being. He's not very modest, is he? No, I know. You're wondering why I was in that spooky stone capsule. I was floating along, taking in the scenery, when night fell and I lost sight of the path. I wandered until I came across a small boy and asked him how to return to Bent Branch. But that self-righteous horned child declared me an unnatural presence in the forest and locked me away. Oh, I was so horribly cramped. Why would he do such a thing to an innocent visitor of his lands? I never said I was an evil supernatural being. I was defenseless, I tell you. Utterly defenseless. Unwary. Vulnerable. Anyway, I happen to come from a tribe of yokai who know how to reward their liberators properly, and therefore I have a gift to bestow upon you, my new corporeal friend. Here. Okay, what do you have? That impressive device is called a yokai watch. I will allow you to encounter other supernatural beings like myself. With that on your wrist, the mundane will become magnificent. Oh, the unbelievable things you'll see with that watch. If it weren't broken. Now, do not think I would give my savior a watch entirely beyond repair. It's just that I had not found someone worthy enough for a long time. My friend had been meaning to take a look at it, but... Your friend? I think he's the one who sent me to get you? Yes, that's him, all right. He sent you to rescue me? Splendid, splendid. So he was waiting for me at the Gold Saucer, was he? Had I not gotten lost and put in my precarious position, I surely would have set off for the desert at once. Let us depart without delay. If you give the watch to him when we arrive, I am sure he will repair it for you. And then it will allow you to encounter unbelievable things like myself. Yeah, because you're just silly. But that's Whisper. Alright, so now we need to go back to the Gold Saucer. So we will just teleport back. Alright. There we go. Gotta get my bearings here. I never know how it's going to have me facing when I come in. But just look for the blue area on the map. In case you're facing a different way, just look for the blue and go there. Because that will lead you back over here to the attendants and everything. And back over here to the Wandering Executive. So let's talk to him and see what's going on. Whisper explained everything that transpired. What luck you were able to find, my friend. Had you not, I would have never known he had been sealed inside that vessel. You have my sincerest gratitude. He told me you have something to show me as well. Yeah, he gave me a broken watch. You know, I need to know what time it is. How can I know if I have a broken watch? Oh, you get a better look at your Banyan as well. Ah, I see. So he decided to give you the Yokai watch. A broken Yokai watch, rather. However, there's no need to worry. Whatever my spirited companion did to it appears to be completely repairable. Wait a moment while I get out my tools. Tink, 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 tink. There we go. I forgot if they put the sounds in or not. Yes, I see. Unjam the slot. Set that hand back a couple of ticks. Polish up the face and... Tink, tink, tink. I love it sound sometimes. Apparently it's fixed. Success! Your watch is now in excellent shape. Go on, take it. And a bargain is a bargain. You wish to know more about my mysterious minions, yes? I'm certain Whisper mentioned the yokai to you. I brought a handful of these supernatural beings with me from my homeland. Like Whisper, this feisty feline is also a yokai, but from a different tribe. Some yokai grow to be quite friendly once they get to know you. Others, however, are mischievous and to blame for otherwise inexplicable happenings. If you wish, I can introduce you to the more affable ones I've brought. Should the yokai warm up to you, they become stalwart allies who you can summon to fight at your command. Well, at the Gold Saucer anyway. But there is a slight caveat. I cannot accept Eorzean currency for my services. I deal primarily in yokai metals. I'm feeling generous since you helped me retrieve Whisper, so I'll give you one for free. To obtain more, well, that's where your yokai watch will come in handy. Should you chance upon certain fateful happenings, put the watch on your wrist, and you shall be rewarded for your meritorious deeds. In addition to the yokai, I have also brought other wares which may interest an adventurer like you. Exotic weapons specifically designed by the fine artisans at my company. We accept legendary metals as payment for these weapons, not yokai metals. Must be legendary. Here, should your weapon suit your taste, this yokai medallion will prove useful in explaining where you can obtain the necessary legendary metals for each weapon. A bit of an inconvenience, I know, but I would be a terrible businessman if I simply gave our wares away for free. Hey, you're supposed to be in business, you're supposed to make money. Whew. Whisper's long-windedness is starting to rub off on me. Feel free to speak with me about the yokai or the weapons at your leisure. I still have a few loose ends to tie up here at the Gold Saucer, so trust that I won't be wandering for a while. Oh, and my real name is Nohi. Yes, Nohi. Glad to finally make your acquaintance. I'm Farrell. How you doing? Yokai metals are a symbol of entering a sacred bond. More than a friendship, more than a marriage. With the yokai watch, you will be able to gain those metals. I told you that it would allow you to encounter unbelievable beings, didn't I? And that ends that quest. A complete game changer. We get our 1440 experience, 1171 gil. We get our yokai watch, which is now fixed, since Whisper decided to break it. We get the yokai medal that he promised us, and we also get the yokai medallion he's mentioning in the book. Now, the yokai medal is unique and untradeable. It is level 1, so any class can wear it. So that way, as you're leveling, you can put this on. Boom, you're done. You just go do fates, and you will get your medals. We're going to complete that quest. Yokai watch, quest complete. Collection expanded. Yokai medallion acquired. Yokai medals can be obtained by completing fates while equipped with the yokai watch. Yokai medals can be found at fates in the following areas: the Black Shroud, Central, East, South, and North; Lenoska, Middle, Lower, Western, Upper, and Outer; Thanalan, Central, Western, Eastern, and Southern; Kurthus, Western Highlands; the Sea of Clouds; the Gervanian Forelands; the Churning Mist, and the Gervanian Hinterlands; Az's Law, the Fringes, Peaks, the Locks, the Ruby Sea, Yangsha, and the Azim Steppe. Legendary medals can be obtained, albeit at a low probability, by participating in fates in areas designated in the yokai medallion, while accompanied by the yokai minion designated on the medal. In other words, if you want the Jabanyan weapon that I mentioned, you will have to have Jabanyan as your minion, have him out running around with you, have your yokai watch on, and then go do fates in the area he prefers, because each one has areas that they prefer where you can get their tokens. The yokai medallion can be accessed from the collection menu or the minion guide. Now, I've not done anything for the collection, so it's going to tell me about the collection right fast. I'll go ahead and go over that. Collection. You have added an item of interest to your collection. Other such keepsakes found on your adventures will be stored here. Viewable at any time should you wish to reflect on your past deeds. Good deal. So you would come down here. I forget what is it. Under the duty button, second thing up here is the collection. And we have our yokai medallion right there. You can take that and put it on your bar while the event's going on right now, so you can easily access it instead of having to go into the menu all the time. And we get the achievement End of Watch. Completed the quest, a complete game changer. Now, we can talk to him again, hopefully. Let's find out. A pleasure to see you again. Have you come to meet more yokai, or perhaps browse my array of special goods? Alright, now, you can purchase minions. You can purchase weapons if you have tokens. Disciple of War is in that tab. That means like your tanks, melee fighters, ranged fighters. And then you can purchase weapons for Disciple of Magic. Your black mage, your red mage, thing like that. Your healers. Purchase Framer's Kit. Ah, the new Framer's Kit. Let's see what he says here. Terribly sorry, but this prize is meant only for those who have befriended each and every yokai. If you wish to earn it, you can start by gathering yokai medals and growing your circle of companions. Okay, so once you have all the minions that are available, there are, let me double check here. How many of them? I believe it's like 17 of them. Yeah, 17 of them now. You can come back and see him, do that, and he'll let you buy it. You'll want all the minions. They are quite fun to have out, run around with. They are quite different. But we will get to that as we go. Again, you will have to be high enough to go into the level zones that you need to go into, because these go through the ARR areas. They go through the Heavensward areas in the Heavensward expansion. That's that Sea of Clouds, things like that. And it also goes into the Stormblood areas. So you need to be able to walk into those and do fates. If you cannot do fates in all of those, you can go up to where you can, but you won't be able to go any further. So you'll be in a roadblock right there until you level more. But the fates, of course, give XP, so you'll be able to help level. So he's not going to let us do that. We talk to him again. He says the same thing. Pleasure to see you. Let's try minions. Here we go. Which minion will you choose? Yokai medals required. 1. We have in our bag 1, because he gave us one for free. That way we can get our first minion and go from there. Now, with this, your first minion is 1 medal. Your second to your 17th minion are 3 medals. Keep that in mind. Most of the classes have weapons. As you see, 17 of them. So you have 17 weapons to get. Let's see here. Yes. Let me see, who is the monk? Monk. I have a list here. I'll show you in just a second where I got it. Oh, I'm trying to spot the monk here. Here. And I cannot find it right this very second to save my life. There it is. Ears of the Moon Rabbit. So the Moon Rabbit is US Apion. There we go. US Apion. We will get him because that is the one for this class that I currently am. And so that's the one I want to work on first. You can do them in any order you want to. As you see, I could have gotten any of the minions. So yes, I'm going to choose that minion. As you see, you understand now why he's called the Moon Rabbit. Because he has on his little spacesuit, he's got his ray gun, his jetpack on. But he's still a rabbit. So, yeah. Now, let's get you acquainted then. Meet your new friend, US Appion. I hope you two will get along. For each of the minions, you will see a little cutscene like that. And then you'll get your Watch Me If You Can, US Appion. Or whichever minion you chose. So you get achievements along the way. So now we will open up our inventory. And we will use that item to learn that minion. Now, the Yokai Watch. You will have to have that on in order to get things from the fates for the minions. I am going to go ahead and put that on. And then I'm going to go in right here. And I'm going to add a new gear set. You can come in here, click your gear set list on your character screen. It'll bring up this other little window. And you can create new. I will rename this so I can tell them apart. Change set name. I will name this Yokai. So that way I know. And then for... not that one, unfortunately. I did not pay attention. It does lower the gear set rating. And I grabbed the wrong one. So now, I will fix that really fast. I do apologize. I did not pay attention for trying to run my mouth. Apparently I am Whisper in disguise. Okay, now we have that. I will drag that to my bar beside my medallion so I can have that set up. And then when I get ready to do fates, I can hit that, go into that outfit, and have my watch on and not have to worry about it. Now, I will pop over and get the picture pulled up here. Thank you very much to KaiyokoStar on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'll leave this up here for just a minute so you can come in, you can look at it. They did post this on Twitter recently again. It shows where to get the quest. It shows the minions for how to get the minions. What minions there are in the middle here. It shows what weapons are there. If you look, you can pretty much figure out which minion goes with which weapon. That's why I'm trying to look at the weapons. I have it pulled up on my phone right here in front of me. So that way I could say stuff and have it right in front of me and not have to constantly be flipping to this picture. Now the legendary medals, the first weapon is 5 legendary medals. The rest of your weapons are 10 legendary medals each. When you get to it, the legendary medals are not guaranteed to drop. They do not have a 100% drop rate. They do mention here supposedly has about a 30% drop rate, so 1 out of 3 fates should give you a medal to go towards it. And you have to get at least a silver at this time to get a medal, to have a chance at getting it. So if you don't get at least a silver for ranking, you have no chance on that fate. There are different areas that each minion does, like Jibanyan does Central Shroud, Lower Lenoska, and Central Thanlin, so on and so forth, each one listed here. As you see, Lord Enma is Stormblood, Lord Ananta is Heaven's Ward, Zazel is Heaven's Ward, and Demona is Stormblood. That's why I said you have to be able to go into these areas to be able to do it. Now the others are 1 to 50, because when it first came out, those were all you had. The second time, they added the other 4. We were hoping maybe they would add the ones for Reaper and Sage this time, but it doesn't look like they did. So that's why I'm still using this. It's still very viable. Now you see here down in the corner, it does mention a man named Jonathan in Old Gridania and mention the mounts. You used to have to go to him when you got achievements and say, hey, I did this. You got any prizes for me? But now you don't have to, because you can go into your achievements when you get them. And they will flash up there just like you saw a minute ago with the others that I got for getting the minion and things like that. And you can click on them and you will get the mount for that achievement. Which Whisper Go, you have to get the 13 minions. Does not matter what 13, just 13 of them if I remember correctly. The Whisper a Go mount, you have to get 13 weapons. So those 13 minions get their weapons, that'll count. The Jabanyan couch is to get 17 weapons. So you've got some work ahead of you. Have fun. They are quite cool. So I will hop back into the game now. And let's see here. US Apion, as we have him, likes Outer Lenoska, Middle Lenoska, and Western Thanalin. Well, you know what? We're already in Thanalin. So we're going to jump to Thanalin. We want Western Thanalin. We're going to look at the list here. Western Thanalin is Horizon. So we're going to teleport over to Horizon. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. I had to have a sip of something. I wonder if Whisper gets thirsty. I imagine he does. But now, what you have to do, you would have to turn in the Yokai set, if you saved it and named it. It's that way you have on your watch. It's that way you can see these things. You have a chance to get the medals. Then, you have to go into your minion guide. Let's find US Apion. There he is. Again, you have the little description for each. A yokai from across the sea. US Apion hopes to someday venture into space. He uses Vader mode when he is angry. Yeah, force choke to you too, okay? So we're going to summon him, because each one you want to work on, you must have that minion running around with you. So now, since he likes those areas, and since you could get both the legendary and the yokai medals, I'm going to hop up here in the air, come out of here, and we're going to find some fates around here. Now, do remember when you're doing fates that you will be level synced when you get into the fate, and when you know there are no fates up right this second. So we will have to wait here for a minute, fly around, hope a fate shows up. I know about where some of them come up because I've been around here enough. This character is level 53, so we should not have any problems. Aha, we just had a fate come up. You'll be wanting to look on the map for these little pink icons. They will have different symbols in them. Some of them will have monster faces, which means you have to fight a monster. This particular one has an exclamation point. So we're looking for guy. Usually those are gathering. You have to kill stuff and gather items from them and bring them back. Believe that's what this one is. So let's pick this up. And right now you will definitely have people show up. So be in a hurry. We will level sync. And we need to kill goblin muggers in this one. And I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get a hit on anything. Because you do have to try to get silver on these. And remember that when you level sync, you will not have your abilities at your higher level. They will be whatever the level is that it syncs you to. We get a legendary US Apion medal right off of our first fate. And we also get a yokai medal. So now, Get both off of each fate. Just have the minion out, have your watch on, and go to town. And again, you will have people, you saw everyone just laying there and go to town. I'm lucky I got a silver on that. You really got to be on top of getting to these fates if you want to get them done. And have a chance to make sure you get silver on them so you can get your medals and all. Now you should get regular yokai medals pretty easily. But it's the legendaries that you really have to worry about getting the silver on. You can get 2 stuff quick enough. Then you should be able to... as soon as I have everything screw up, just my luck. Because right now it has synced me to level 15, whereas I am normally level 53. So I only have access to up to level 15 abilities. And we get another legendary straight away because we have him out, we're in his area. And we get another yokai medal off of it. And you do get some grain company seals for your time. And you may get other loot from fighting the creatures. If you can get into a group, go ahead. Or if you have some friends to run with, go ahead, get in a group. So maybe you can get credit for it. Sometimes you can. But you just go around and do the different fates in the areas while you have the minion out, while you have the yokai stuff out. You have the yokai stuff on. We go into our medallion. Here's US Appian. That's who we're working on right now. We have 2 of his medals right now, as it says. We have 2 yokai medals. You can see down here in the bottom of the picture. And it does tell you what areas to go into, in case you don't have that picture up. So that way, if you just want to run around, just do some fates. What did I need again? Come into your medallion, go down here, look at your minion you're working on. It tells you where to go. You can click these. It will bring up, like I clicked Outer Lenoska. There's where we need to go. We would teleport in this case to Camp Overlook. Go do fates. Now you can try jumping around, see if you can find different stuff. You may find groups up in Party Finder or something. Or maybe your FC or Link Shell or something will get together. I don't promise anything. Depends on your community. But all you do is just go around. When you get enough tokens, you go back to Nohi and you turn them in. Like we did for US Appian. When we get 3 medals, 3 regular medals, we go back to him, we get our next minion. Or you could just save them up. Get a whole bunch of them while you're... Go ahead and get all your legendaries. And then take your legendaries. Get your weapon. In my case, it'll be US Appian. Get that weapon while you're there. When you get that turned in, then you turn in the regular yokai medals. Get your next minion that you want to work on. And boom. Roll through. You're building up your yokai medals as you go. Get your legendaries. You get your weapons done because you're going after one at a time. Boom. You're done. You've got until launch of maintenance for 7.0. Get this done. You've got till the end of June. Decent amount of time. So get out there, do your fates. You also get other stuff from fates. And there are some special fates out there that will get you some cool items. Like mini pets, things like that. Enjoy, have fun. And I will say, walk in the light of the crystal. And we're looking forward to our beach adventure. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, maybe a subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And see you next time in the next video. Bye-bye.